Good morning, everyone. Time for the weekly video. Thought I'd start this week's off by showing you some stuff I've harvested. First two things are things I didn't even plant. First being this pumpkin, which I've never grown, so this must be the kind of pumpkin I had last year for Halloween and composted the seeds. Seems like they ripened early, so I don't think they'll make it till Halloween, so if anybody has any good recipes on what to do with this, let me know. Definitely be eating the seeds. The other volunteer is the butternut squash. They didn't get very big this year, which I guess is okay since when we do make it, we always have leftovers. And the bell peppers, which we grew these from seeds from bell peppers we had bought at the grocery store. I've probably already diced up around 6 or 7 of them, so they're doing pretty well this year. And we got 2 of the bush cucumbers, first 2 of those of the year. The green zucchini and the yellow zucchini. That's doing pretty well still, as you'll see once we head outside. So, okay, let's head out and show you how it's going on out back. And there's Bucky. There's our little buddy there. We've had him for, gosh, 20 months now, as long as we've ever had a hamster. Lemon tree still the same. Nothing's changed. The other thing down there is a pickleball ball, not a lemon, unfortunately. Have a baby bunny living over here. Pretty sure its mom must have died or it got separated. And it's just not growing. It's been the same size for the last 2 weeks, which is kind of odd. But he's mostly been living here or in the garden. Just got done raining, so everything's gonna be wet this morning. Got the kale. Feeding we got a rabbit now too. Been feeding the rabbit inside and the hamster and eating a little bit. Here's the yellow squash. I mean, these plants are doing so well. Must be extremely disease resistant because the rest of the zucchini and the cucumbers have all died off. Butternut squash. This one just keeps on kicking. You saw what I had inside already, and it keeps just growing more and more and more. It's actually growing out into the yard, so I can't cut the grass in certain spots. There. It's doing very well. The tomatoes are doing great. Started these like a month and a half late. I don't know, I might have to do that from now on because it's doing very, very well. Cucumber plant doing pretty good. I think cucumbers there. Looks like it's just now starting to take off. As you can see, lots of tomatoes. These are the cherry tomatoes from Texas Roadhouse. You got all those flowers. Hopefully these will all turn into tomatoes. I added some catfish bells, fishing bells. Hopefully scare off the deer. Seems to be working. We did have a horrible storm last night, so I'm sure nothing came through last night. Beefsteak tomatoes are actually starting to be very productive. Not sure how well they'll do from this point on, but done very well. As you can see, cherry tomatoes everywhere. They grow in huge bunches. I try to save some seed. Like I said, we got that from a tomato at Texas Roadhouse. Not like I can just go and buy more. Had to borrow some of this netting for the peas and took too much off, so now there's an opening. Baby rabbit hops in there sometimes. You can see the bell peppers. Still doing well. Volunteer tomato plant that the deer has not found yet. Got my habaneros seedlings. And I got these 2 pots to put something in. Thinking Swiss chard maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Got Got some more bell peppers here. I'm not sure if you can see over there, but more beefsteak tomatoes, more beefsteak tomatoes. Actually doing a lot better than expected. Starting to rain again, so hopefully it doesn't pick up. This butternut squash that hasn't died yet. Got 2 new ones on there. Hopefully the plant lasts long enough. This volunteer plant, which turned out to be a cherry tomato, it's actually doing pretty well. The deer don't mess with it. Tomato down there. I did clean this up in here so I can actually see things better. Another butternut there. Some garlic here. Not going to turn into anything. I don't know what I'll even do with it, but this is just threw the bulb out and all the cloves grew into garlic. Got another butternut squash there. Climbing up the vine with a couple more growing. And got the cucamelons. Oh, there's another butternut under there. Cucamelons are still doing pretty well. Plants do seem to be dying off a little bit, but you can see. It hasn't really climbed the arbor anymore. But it's still putting on cucamelons. Mexican sour gherkins, whatever you want to call them. I do enjoy them. They're easy to pick, easy to pack. Dip them in ranch and they're all set. Another butternut squash. Get the green beans. Oh, there's so many of them. We're not keeping up with it. There's really not many more growing. So those are dying off. Okay, so I got my lima beans. Still trying to figure these guys out. Not sure when to harvest them. Not fattening up. This one looks like it could be ready. But I'm not sure how long is too long. So, some more green beans there. Got some green beans there. Should be harvesting them. Rabbit loves them. The rabbit inside. That's probably a butternut. Okay. Kentucky pole beans. I'm gonna admit I have no idea what I'm doing with these Kentucky pole beans. When do you pick them? I have no idea. Do you treat them like a regular green bean? But at least I'm starting to get some now. These took forever to start putting any on. Still not getting a lot of them, but I am getting some. That's good. Got these bell peppers in front. I've already harvested a few off of these. Got some more growing. These grocery store bell peppers must be very disease resistant because doing very, very well. I actually had one growing upside down like this. It was filled with water when I picked it. I don't know if there's an opening in there or what, but didn't need it. Got a little brown or something. They're raspberries. I'm feeding these to the rabbits too. They've been to the rabbit inside. I guess they consider it a treat. Oh boy. Guess the wind knocked over the scarlet runner bean arbor. Crap. I need to get that back up. Hopefully it didn't rip the plants out of the ground. Very disappointed in these anyway. They don't grow any beans. That's a mess. Alright. Looks like these raspberries took a beating too. It was extremely windy last night. Oh, look at that raspberry. Hopefully I hope these scarlet runner beans survived. There's a zucchini plant underneath all that. Another zucchini plant here. This is what the green zucchini came from inside, but not being very productive, and I think it's dying already. Got this cucumber bush plant, which is actually doing really well. This is the one that got the weed soup. But the other one here has none. This one just went so much faster than the other ones. A couple bell pepper plants. Trying to put on a lot of peppers. Hopefully there's still plenty of time. Little enclosure I built for the peas. They would have never survived the rabbits if I hadn't done this. So hopefully they'll start taking off. Carrots are really starting to die down. I don't know if I need to take these out of the ground or if I can just leave them there. And we would never use this many carrots for anything. And a lot of carrot and lettuce flowers. Hopefully those turn into something, so I can get a few more radish seed pods here. Hey, so over here I cleaned this up and I just threw in some seeds. I threw in some beets, some chives, oregano, parsley. Looks like something's coming up there. The only problem is I won't know if they're a weed. Those are definitely beets. If they're a weed or something else. I uncovered this area to get the green onions exposed, and some are starting to come up. That's good. One there with the seed end still attached to it. And some of the Swiss chard is coming back, but I'll just feed the deer. The asparagus fern, looking nice and big. Raspberries are still alive. That one doesn't look good. They're not doing great. It's actually putting on some nice new life, but oh well, you ain't got raspberries growing. But obviously I need to clear it out again, as I need to do up here again. It's pretty much every 2 weeks. These pepper plants are starting to do a lot better. Just not a lot of peppers. And changing color there. Haven't gotten any peppers out of here yet. The volunteer tomato plant there. This one's got some peppers on it. Look at that. It's got 5 peppers on it. Well, this one gets the sun first, these here, so that makes sense. Another tomato plant there, volunteer. This flowers that my wife planted in her pots that didn't do well. I'm starting to come back. I forget what it was. Begonias, maybe. Pepper down there. And our naked lily plant, Babette says. Alright, well, that's pretty much everything. Really concerned about my scarlet runner beans. Things are still growing, still getting enough stuff. It's just kind of getting depressing how it's already August and winter will be here before we know it, but can't live life like that. Still got plenty of life left in here. I might be really happy when these peas start producing. So will my son. He enjoys eating them quite a bit straight out of the pod. So, and overview of the garden after the storm last night. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone next week.